I have a video that we're going to watch from AOC and Senator Bernard Sanders, my goats. They are going to talk about the government shutdown and mainly the impacts on healthcare and everything going into that. Now, sometimes I just need to watch me some Bernie and AOC, man. Like they are the few politicians in this country that actually give a shit about you. Like they're one of the few who are actually in Congress fighting for policies that will objectively, materially improve your life, like Medicare for all, free college, a livable minimum wage, just very basic things, strong unions, just the bare minimum when you compare all of these systems and policies to our peer nations in Europe and across the world. So it always annoys me when conservatives and MAGA people like go after Bernie and AOC and try to pull all of these like just dipshit like dumb stuff out of their ass because there's nothing they can actually criticize them on from a policy perspective. Like, oh, Bernie's a millionaire, or they're flying in private jets. It's like, dog, your president is Donald Trump, a billionaire who has sold out to every mega corporation that we have and foreign countries alike. Like, come on, give me a break. And with that all being said, yeah, Bernie's a millionaire. Like, very modest, by the way. Like, what's his net worth? Like 10 mil or something like that. And has that affected his policies? Has that affected the legislation that he has proposed in Congress, the legislation that he has voted for, the rhetoric that he, has? You can look at what he's saying today compared to like 50 years ago, and it's the same stuff. All right. So, yeah, has his message been compromised? Absolutely not. And I remember back in 2016 when a lot of conservatives, like, they liked Bernie. They really fucked with Bernie. Like, he was like the only Democrat that like almost everybody just liked. Now those same conservatives are like brain dead anti-vaxxers who have just lost the plot completely and are in a different reality. And AOC, this goes, it's kind of easy to forget this with everything that went on, but after the election, when they did their like analysis and the exit polling, it turned out that a lot of people who voted for AOC also voted for Trump. So she also has that appeal to conservatives as well, but obviously it's not like Bernie's appeal in 2016. Even Bernie now doesn't have that same appeal because, like I said, the conservative movement is just, I don't even know what to say anymore. All right, I've done enough blabbing. Let's watch this video, and I'll probably pause a couple of times and yap, but it's what I do. Let's get started.
Everybody, I was walking here in Washington, D.C., and who did I...
They can walk around in D.C. now. Can you believe that? Before, they would have, like, gotten mugged or something because, like, you remember, like, when D.C. was, like, a hellhole that was, like, under control by, like, gangs and stuff? You remember that? I don't, but whatever.
Bump into one of my favorite members of the United States Congress, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
And one of my favorite senators.
All right. Anyhow, as everybody knows, we are now in a government shutdown. Republicans are attacking Alexandria, attacking me. Why didn't you vote for this clean CR to keep the government open?
Well, there's nothing clean about it. This is one of the dirtiest tricks that is being pulled on the American people right now. Starting today, October 1st, and throughout the rest of the month, Americans across this country are going to start getting notifications that their insurance premiums are up to doubling. We're talking about...
Say that again.
Your monthly insurance premiums are going to double for millions of people across the country.
At a time when we are already paying, by far, the highest prices in the world for healthcare at a time when people can't afford it right now. So what happens?
That means people getting bankrupt over chemotherapy, people going to the pharmacy and not being able to get their insulin. And frankly, it means a lot of Americans are going to be in danger. And Republicans want us to rubber stamp that. So what are we going to say to that, Bernie?
Well, I'll tell you, it's not only be in danger. Let's be clear. And it doesn't make me happy to have to say this, but there have been studies out there that when you combine doubling premiums for the ACA and then throwing 15 million people off of Medicaid and the ACA, the result is, according to studies at Yale and the University of Pennsylvania, 50,000 low-income, working-class Americans will die every single year. All right? If you don't have the money to go to a doctor and you're sick, you die. And that's what we're looking at. That's what this clean bill is about.
And so Republicans want us to rubber stamp that. And we're saying no. We need to stand up for the American people. We need to stand up for our healthcare system. And if they want our votes, they need to make sure that we're protecting every American and making sure that we can do what we can to continue to make healthcare accessible, affordable, as we work to make it a human right for all.
Right. So let me just back that up. Remember, right now, our healthcare system is broken. Right now, we're the only major country on earth not to guarantee healthcare to all people. And these guys want to make it even worse. We're not going to let that happen.
No, we're not.
Thank you.
Onward.
Yeah, and I can't stress that enough. What they said there at the end, what Bernie and AOC at the end said about, like, our system is already broken and they're just making it worse. As is, we have, I forget the numbers, it's been a while since I looked down, but dozens of people, dozens of thousands of people who die every single year due to lack of healthcare access, affordable healthcare. And this just stems in, need I say, for the millionth time, medical bankruptcy is the #1 cause of bankruptcy in the United States. People are already struggling to get their insulin and their medications. And we want to make that worse. This bill is going to make that worse. Like, we already live in a broken system. And the reason why this whole government shutdown is a thing is because Republicans want to deny even just giving healthcare back to just like a couple million extra people. Like, I don't think what Democrats are actually fighting for are the full cuts that were clawed back in the big beautiful bill, or clawed away, I should say. So it's crazy. Like, I understand Democrats suck. They're annoying. Save Bernie and AOC. But like, come on. They're doing at least the bare minimum to protect some of your health care while the Republicans want to go full steam ahead and gut it. Like, how do you, how am I supposed to respond to that? What do you want me to say? Like, and again, this country, like, our healthcare system is already fucked. You talk to someone in Europe about like paying $500, $1,500 for an ambulance, $1,200 for insulin. They're going to look at you and think you're being hyperbolic. They're going to think you're lying. I see it. I see it every single day. When you look at European communities reacting to our healthcare system, and friends I have overseas, I talk to them about it and they're like, there's no way. $1,500 for an ambulance? What are you talking about? It's like, yeah, that's the system we live in. And the narrative, the Overton window has been pushed so far to the right that, like, just saying, hey, I think we should guarantee healthcare for all of our citizens, you're called a communist. Yeah. But just remember, this whole shutdown fight is the Democrats simply trying to claw back some of the funds that are of the over $1 trillion in cuts that are being taken away to Medicare and Medicaid. And this isn't even getting into the SNAP cuts. Like, and remember, in this same bill, we are giving hundreds of billions of dollars more to the Pentagon, which has failed their last, like, however many audits, like 12. And they can't account for like over half the money they spend. And Trump wants to claim that there's fraud in the Medicare and Medicaid system. and Social Security. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. Anyways, I think that is all that I have. So, again, just wake up. Wake up. Wake up, America. We need to come together and actually fight for policies that materially improve the average American's life instead of endless money for the military, endless tax cuts for the rich, and this absolute gutting of the already weak social safety net system that we have. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. If you made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below. And if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.